Have you ever wondered if, deep down, you might be what many would call an alpha, or maybe you're just another average guy? Just another guy who doesn't understand why he has so much trouble getting the things that he wants in life, or just another guy who girls rarely show interest in. What you're about to learn are a few signs that show that a man is not alpha, and once you know what they are, you can start making changes to better yourself. Now, first up is number one, and the number one sign that a man is simply not alpha is that girls don't pay attention to him. The next time that you're out in public, pay close attention to the girls around you. Whenever you talk, if they are looking at and listening to you as if everything that you say is important, it simply means that they respect you and what you have to say. One of the easiest ways to spot a quote-unquote alpha male is to pay attention to how girls act when they are around this person. This is one of the biggest tales because girls typically respond to men when they view them as alpha by giving them their full attention. Many guys are not overly aggressive and actually don't say much around other people, but if these men are what you would call alpha, when they do talk, girls listen. And you can tell just by the way that they look at him, that they view him as a man who has alpha qualities. Now, the reality is that girls pay little attention to men who they don't respect, such as immature men, and men who have what you would call a low mate value. So, if girls really pay attention to you and listen to you when you speak, then you might just be a lot more alpha than you think. Next up is number two, or the second sign that a man is not as alpha as he thinks he is, and it involves getting nervous around pretty girls. What you have to understand is that alpha males are not afraid to face their fears and spend time around pretty girls, and in doing so, they eliminate their fear and become even more quote-unquote alpha in the process. This becomes what you would call a positive feedback loop, which helps them to become less nervous around females, which causes the females to respond more favorably to them, and the cycle continues on and on. Now, if a man is not alpha, on the other hand, he has to face his fears, and even though he will look nervous and stupid the first few times that he does it, eventually he will succeed. Whenever we try something new, we usually suck at it pretty bad, and it's really obvious to other people that we suck at it, but eventually we do get past this sucky point, and this is how we inevitably grow as men. This is precisely how we become more alpha. And next up is the third sign that a man is not quite as alpha as he thinks, and it is that nobody respects him. Something that alpha males are known to get on a regular basis is respect from other people. But this isn't the type of respect that most people think of when they hear this word. The most common type of respect is superficial, and it is the type that you would get if you were a huge bodybuilder around other men. And as you pass by them, they think to themselves, "Man, I better not say the wrong thing to that guy, or he is gonna knock me out." This specific type of respect can be really important and really useful in certain situations. But the problem is that it's only skin deep. Any man on the planet pretty much can build huge muscles and get tattoos on his face to gain this superficial, prison-based type of respect. But the type of respect that really matters is the respect that you get for things that are not so easily seen. This is the respect that you get when you stand up for yourself when somebody else does you wrong. This is the type of respect that you get from other people when they try to get you to break your principles and fail to do so. It is the respect that you get when you stick up for somebody who is weaker and more fragile than you, while everybody else is making fun of that person. If most people don't have this sort of respect for a man, then, plain and simple, he is not nearly as alpha as he thinks. Next up is number four, or the fourth sign that a man is not that alpha, and it has to do with instability. Something that truly separates average men from men who are viewed as quote-unquote alpha is the opposite of instability, which is stability. And this has nothing to do with how well you're able to balance on one leg. Instability refers to our mind and the way that we think. I mentioned in previous videos that females are instinctively drawn to strong men, and when I say strong, it has nothing to do with muscles and everything to do with mental stability. One of the greatest gifts that God has given to us mortal men is the gift of a sound mind. Ask yourself this: how much does it take before you become unstable or unhinged? If a simple insult or blow to your ego is enough to cause you to become totally unstable, then it's time to work on your mental strength. Men who others would view as alpha regularly take mental blows straight to the chin and simply shrug them off. Men who are alpha are barely affected by girls turning them down, and when they fall down or something doesn't go the way that they want it to, they simply get back up and they keep on going. Alpha men have what you would call an unbreakable frame, which is just another way of saying that they have an incredibly strong mind. This type of man doesn't get mad easily and isn't affected too much by rejection and has an enormous amount of mental strength. And the next up is the fifth and the final sign that a man is just not as alpha as he thinks he is, and it's being too aggressive. In many Hollywood movies, the typical alpha male is depicted as an overly aggressive man who picks on or bullies other people. And in some movies, he's simply the muscular guy who is always trying to fight everybody around him. But in reality, this is the complete opposite of what alpha really is and what it stands for. If you know even a little bit about psychology, you know that men who are overly aggressive are only compensating for something that they are lacking, and typically, they are very insecure. The energy or vibe of men who are truly alpha is more of a calm, confident, and controlled type of energy, rather than one that is erratic or unstable. Men who could be viewed by society as we would call alpha get more resources, more mating opportunities, and they tend to enjoy better all-around success than men who are viewed as lower ranking or as lower value. So making changes to yourself and working on these problems, if you have them, can help you become a better man and can help you become more alpha in your own life and in the way that you do things on a daily basis. And with that said, until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. First of all, once again, thank you for watching this video till the end. I have something for you. I have created the masterclass for the guys who want unlimited power and dominance in their relationships, guys who want the ability to make women fall in love with them at will, guys who want authority and dominance in their love lives and never to be seen as weak again, guys who want to get out from the dreaded friend zone and get into the lover zone, guys who want to have choices with women and have a relationship without the drama, confusion, and headache, guys looking to turn a casual friend or coworker into a devoted lover and get her to be physically and emotionally addicted to them. If you don't take any action to understand women in your 20s, you'll suffer heavily in your 30s. So buy it right now. It's on 50% discount buy before sales ends. Buying link in the pinned comment and description.